So my name is Kalira Salas Ramirez. I am currently an East Harlem resident. I'm a neuroscientist by trade, but I spend a lot of time committed to supporting public schools in New York City, and I currently serve on the panel for educational policy, which is the New York City School Board. So the source is an article about some amazing Black moms that were willing to sacrifice their child's education in order to make a broader statement about the kind of education children were getting in Harlem. Mrs. Viola Waddy lived on Park Avenue. Mrs. Donald Ware, Isaac Prillo, as another father, but his wife was the one that stood up for her children, and Mae Mallory. A lot of these schools that are like literally in the neighborhood that I inhabit, which is in East Harlem. I teach at City College. I teach in CUNY. There's a West 139th Street location where Miss Dorothy Brown, which is one of the moms that boycotted, lives. And so again, this is my neighborhood. This is where I exist. This is where my children exist. This is where my students exist. One of my best friends actually showed me this article. And we talked about this a lot. Her as a Black mom, me as a Puerto Rican mom of a Black child, really thinking about to what length we were willing to go for our children's education and for the things that we were willing to do. And so you have these revolutionary, radical mamas. They decided to boycott and not send their children to school because they weren't getting the right resources and they were being taught by unlicensed teachers. This is just the embodiment of what it looks like to exist in a world that models the Jim Crow era. And again, we have parents and students today that will say this is still how we're living today. They decided to boycott. That triggered, of course, like what we would call today truancy, the line, we will go to jail and rot there if necessary, but our children will not go to, and then their schools are listed. The thing that a parent wants is for their child to be seen and for their child to feel safe. Being a Harlem mama and advocating for my child's education, so many times people talk about how Harlem parents are disempowered or they don't know or they don't care. And so for me, it's the fact that these are moms from Harlem that are fighting for their kids and that are making a very strong statement and are willing to put their own lives and livelihood on the line because they know the impact that this experience has on their children and generations moving forward. The fact that it is in Harlem and that these are moms, Black moms that are leading this charge, I think is really empowering for people like me and the people that are in my community. So many parents are just exhausted. They have the right to fight for excellence. Children deserve not just an appropriate, like a high quality education. And it's not just about them. It's about us as a community. It's about social mobility. It's about generational wealth. It's about moving forward in life. They started with 12. Then it went down to 9 parents that were doing this. You don't need 500 people. You literally can be just 9 to make a change in the trajectory of so many children's lives.